Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome everyone to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. The program right now is a planetary puja that's going to be using the chart of now, meaning a chart that's based off of where the planets and stars and zodiac signs are right now in the heavens from my location, which is here in Florida. And Dr. Pillai has said that the foundation of all religions is love. And it is his desire that through the Religion of Religions YouTube channel to unite the many different sects of all religions by meeting in the spiritual realm, by meeting in the heart. We believe in the supreme divine power taking form in all gods and goddesses from every religion and celebrate their existence on planet Earth. The intention of this channel is also to give an authentic experience of God, the experience of divine love, where there is no separation from each other. So with this puja on this channel, what we're doing is we're honoring the archetypes associated with the planets and the stars and the archetypes that rule some of the stars. We're all interconnected. These divine beings are able to send positive energies to us if we connect with them. So this puja is a slightly advanced form of puja. You're welcome to just listen to it. Dr. Pillai has said the names of each of the planets and each of the stars and each of the archetypes. Just their name in and of itself is a mantra or a quantum sound that helps to open a doorway for their positive blessings to flow through. So if you're just driving to work and listening to the sounds, that's fine. If you're at home and you're able to draw the chart for yourself and offer flower petals on your chart, you're welcome to do that as well. However you participate is totally fine. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this series of calls Monday through Friday on this channel. Again, Dr. Pillai has said that connecting with the planets is important for us because they do have influence on our thoughts, and our thoughts then help trigger our actions and so forth. He has said that the planets are sometimes the agent of some of our karmas. And he has also said that part of his mission in this lifetime is to change the job descriptions of some of the planets to help them as well evolve into a more positive direction for everyone. So this little planetary puja is something that he taught several years ago to myself and Raja, Meena Malloy's brother. And he asked us to perform it, to do it daily. And I have done it Monday through Friday in the past for several years. And people who attended did find it helpful for them. So whether you're brand new to this or someone who was there before, welcome back. Very happy to be united with people in different parts of the world doing this little puja. This is the chart This is a South Indian style chart representing the sky at the moment where I am here in Florida. For those of you who don't know the South Indian style chart, in the show more area below the video, there is a link for a tutorial video, which I suggest you watch. It'll make it much more pleasant for you if you understand the layout of the chart. Each of these boxes represents a zodiac sign, each of the 12 boxes. And this is the ascendant sign, K2. Today we have Pluto retrograde, Moon, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun. So those of you that have been coming can see that some of the planets are changing position as we go from week to week or even day to day, sometimes with the moon. So this is the snapshot of where we are right now. I have on a side table, I have a chalkboard where I've drawn out this chart in my own hand with the chalk. And that's where I'll be offering flower petals as we do mantras for these different divine beings. Flowers have tremendous purity. And when we do a mantra or a chant with flowers and offer that, the flowers have such purity. They're taking that energy straight into the Akashic plane or the causal plane and helping to kind of update our karmic record right there. That's the reason we're using flower petals. They have so much purity. And we use that to help us to send our prayers directly into the divine realm. I also have here a little container of water. Right now I'm taking a few drops of water and sprinkling it in the 4 directions around the blackboard, purifying the space here, putting a few drops on top of my own head, and sending a few drops out into the ether towards all of you, whether you're watching it live or watching a recording later. That way we're all participating in this puja in a sacred space. I also have a lighted tea light candle. I have a little fan. Some of you might use an incense stick for that. And I also have a bell that I'll be using later in the puja. And I have a bowl of flower petals ready to use. We start with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes all obstacles. Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this planetary puja. And we ask him to help this planetary puja to spread and for our audience to continue to grow. And we thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant that's a few lines from a larger Tamil hymn by a Tamil saint, Saint Gnanasamundar. This is a chant that he created to control the planets and to help them become beneficial towards everyone. Dr. Pillai said we do this little chant 3 times at the beginning. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave. We ask all of the planets and divine beings to be beneficial today towards us. And we thank Saint Gnanasamundar for giving us this chant. And we also thank Dr. Pillai for teaching this puja. Now we turn our attention to the chart, to the planet that rules the day. In my area right now, it's Thursday, which is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and as we do this, I put flower petals on top of Jupiter on my chalkboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in a star called Uttarashada. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Next, we invoke the Tithi, or the moon phase. Right now in my area, it's the first waning moon, which is called Pratipat in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase and add the word Devi to honor the light being associated with the moon phase. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules the hour. At the moment in my area, we're in a hora, or hour, that's ruled by Venus. We honor Venus, and I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment, the chart of now. Dr. Pillai said we would start with whatever sign is the ascendant and honor the planet that rules the ascendant. The ascendant, represented here with the initials AC, is in the sign of Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun, and I put the flower petals on top of the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. From the ascendant, we then go in a clockwise direction until we come to a sign that has a planet in it. The first sign with the planet in it is Libra, which has the planet Ketu in it. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Right now, Ketu is in the star of Vishaka, a star with competitive energies, a star that likes to be successful and victorious. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals again on top of Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. The star Vishaka is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings of leadership and courage, and Agni can help with transformational change and also purification. We invoke them, and again, I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Tula, or Libra, which is Venus. We honor Venus, and I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula, or Libra, a sign of balance and harmony. Today containing Ketu, the saintly planet, the planet that gives us longing for liberation. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi, or sign with the planet in it, is Makara, or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto retrograde the moon, and Saturn, who is also retrograde. Pluto and the moon are both in the same star, so we will invoke both those planets before we do the star. I start with Pluto, who again is retrograde. Om Krum Kruntatkaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntatkaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntatkaya Namaha. Next, we honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Pluto and the moon are both in the star of Uttarashada, a star that can give long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across both Pluto and the moon. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, archetypes who are wonderful beings of light and represent 10 different universal principles. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun, and I put the flower petals on top of the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor the Saturn, who is retrograde, extra powerful, and who is also in the sign of Makara or Capricorn. We honor Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in the star of Dhanishta, a star of wealth and music and good reputation. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 shining beings of light who rule different spheres of existence. We honor them. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. We honor Mars, and I put the flower petals on top of Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Makara or Capricorn, which is Saturn. We honor Saturn, and again I put flower petals on top of Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign of ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help us with rationality and science, the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and Saturn, planet that helps us with patience and discipline and organization. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune retrograde and also Jupiter. We start with honoring Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in the star of Purva Bhadrapada, a star with the fire of Kundalini, and a star that helps with purity. We honor this star. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by a one-footed archetype. If you picture a one-footed archetype, he's very, very steady. Purva Aja Ekapada. Aja Ekapada can help us with having energies of being silent and still. And he also can transmit to us energies of forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter. I put the flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor Jupiter for being in Pisces. We honor him, and I again put flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Right now, Jupiter is in the star of Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. We honor this star. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. We honor Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Meena or Pisces, which is Jupiter. Again, we honor Jupiter, and I put flower petals on top of him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, a sign that is the most metaphysical and transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with intuition and our ability to understand our inner self, and Jupiter, planet that helps us to have access to enlightened teachings and enlightened teachers, and also a planet that can help us with wealth and with everything related to banking or legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Mars, Uranus, and Rahu. We start with honoring Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Right now, Mars is in a star called Ashwini, a star with energies of speed and healing. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. The star Ashwini is ruled by the Ashwini Kumars, horse-headed twins who are full of tremendous healing energies. We honor them. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Next, we're going to honor Uranus and Rahu before we invoke the star, because they're both in the same star this morning. So we start with honoring Uranus. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Next, we honor Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor the star that Uranus and Rahu are in. They're both in a star right now called Bharani, a star symbolized with the yoni, or the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. We honor this star. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, who among other things is an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. We honor Venus, and I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules Misha, or Aries, which is Mars. Again, we honor Mars, and I put flower petals on top of Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a sign with tremendous active energy, today containing Mars, a warrior healer archetype, Uranus, a planet that helps with high intelligence, innovation, success in life, and also a planet who helps us with learning about astrology, and Rahu, planet that helps us to be open to new ideas, to think outside the box. He's also a planet that helps us to make friends with new technologies. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi, or sign with the planet in it, is Mithuna, or Gemini, which today contains Venus, Mercury, and the Sun. We start with honoring Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Right now, Venus is in a star called Mrgashira, a star that has energies of curiosity and helps us to be open to learning new things, having new experiences, having new fresh adventures. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Soma, a form of the moon as kind of a liquid divine nectar. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on top of Venus because he's the one in the star. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules Mrgashira, which is Mars. I honor Mars and put the flower petals on top of him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we turn our attention to Mercury and the Sun. They're both in the same star today, so we honor both of those planets before we invoke the star. We start with honoring Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Next, we honor the Sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Both Mercury and the Sun are in the star of Purnavasu at the moment, a star that has energies of being freedom-loving. We honor this star. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Aditi, an amazing goddess who is the mother of many archetypes, including even our own sun. We honor Aditi. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Excuse me. Aditye's star is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Mithuna or Gemini, which is Mercury. We honor Mercury, and I put the flower petals on top of Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mithuna or Gemini, today containing Venus, planet of happiness, planet that helps us to enjoy material plane comforts. Mercury, planet of communication, and also the merchant planet. He's in charge of all forms of buying and selling. He helps with everything related with online marketing, computers, that type of thing. And the Sun, which is our soul, and also a planet very important for our health, for high intelligence, and for having a capacity for universal friendship. The Sun gives his light freely to everyone. He does not discriminate. He gives the same amount of sunlight to a king or to a beggar or to a sinner or a saint. Anyone who steps outside gets the same amount of sun. So he teaches us about universal tolerance. We pause for a moment and reflect on all of this. Now, I'm taking my tea light and I am waving it 3 times above the blackboard that has all the flower petals on it. I'm going in a clockwise direction 3 times around the chart, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, showing them the light. Now I'm going to take my little hand fan and wave that 3 times around the chart in a clockwise direction. I don't use an incense stick because I have a housemate who's sensitive to scent. But if you want to use an incense stick at home, you're welcome to do that. So I'm offering right now the element of air. And if you're able to use an incense stick, you're also offering, a sweet fragrance as well. Next, I take a bell and I offer the element of sound. We make a sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their positive blessings for us, our families, our friends, our colleagues, our households, our homes, our workplaces, our communities, our countries, and our entire planet. We ask them, may everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. And we make our bow. You can take a moment and make your personal prayers for just a minute in silence, and then I'll take QA. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. May everyone here go about their day or their evening or their afternoon in peace. I can now take a few questions in the chat if you have questions right now. Whoops, still taking questions, didn't mean to do that. Namaste, Liz. Glad that you're here. Welcome to everyone that's here. Ranok is asking in the chat, where can we see the daily position of planets for each day for the location that one is in? On the website of AstroVed, www.astroved.com, if you go to that site and scroll down on the homepage, there's a place that says Panchang, and then there's a tab there that says Chart of Now. And if you were to set the location tab there for your location, then that will show you where planets are for your location at the moment that you're in right then. Now, AstroVed at the moment is not showing the three outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, in the chart. Dr. Pillai just this year had commissioned statues for those three planets and had them added into his temple in India. And the mantras I'm using for them are the mantras that were used in the fire labs that energize those statues. I am able to show those planets in the chart that I put up on the screen here, and that's also put up on the club.astroved.com page in the weekday charts section, because I'm using a different software. I use the Garvani software, but my settings are set to the same way that AstroVed does calculations. So you could see, Ranok, you could see where the planets are in your area for the moment when you run that chart in your local area, but it's not going to show the three outer planets right now. So that's a long answer for that. but that's for your particular location. The chart that I have on the club.astroved.com site in the weekday chart section for the day that's listed for our day, that's based off of my location, which is where I am in Florida. When we're doing a ritual, we use the time elements based off of the person that's doing the ritual. So for example, when priest Tranraja is doing a fire lab in India, and he invokes the time Shaktis at the beginning of the fire lab, he's invoking them based off of where he is in India at the moment, like that. Okay, so that answered that for you. Okay, wonderful. So thank you all for being here. If you have any other question, you're welcome to post that in the chat, or you can also email me, Valli, VALLI, at PillaiCenter.com. If you have a question and you aren't able to be typing right now. Otherwise, I'm grateful for you for being here. I'm grateful that we have people in different states, different countries coming together to do this puja. It is an advanced form of puja, and it does require, I think, coming for a few days to start to see, oh my gosh, the planets are moving. They're in a different star. They're even in a different sign. And you start to realize every moment, every day has different energies that are being broadcast into us. And working with the planets like this helps us to be receptive to the highest energies that they can be giving us for that day or that evening. Well, thank you all for being here. I don't see any more questions, so I don't want to keep you. I know you all have other things to do. And Dr. Pillai does like for the channel to grow. So if you're willing to press the like button, if you're willing to subscribe to the Religion of Religions channel, it does help us to grow. And we appreciate that very much. My pleasure to be doing this for you. I'll be here again tomorrow. I'm doing it Monday through Friday, each weekday right now at the same time. Namaste. Blessings to everyone.